Victor Brooks, and welcome to the Victor Brooks Show. Right here at 5670 Wilshire Boulevard, 18th floor, with my buddy, brother, Magic Mike. The real Magic Mike, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, man. And you know what? We're here today, as we always are, talking about life, talking about love, talking about taking it a day at a time, learning lessons and counting blessings, all of that good stuff. And those of you who know me know that I'm all about the family, all about family. And today is a special, special time for me because I got my baby sister in the house, Miss Julie. I'm not going to say the whole name, Ju.
Well, I've had a lot of last names. But
No.
Julie McKnight.
No, I was going to say Mary Julianne.
Mary Julianne.
That's right. All the way down.
All the way down.
Now, did you get everybody's name, mommy's name?
I got mommy.
Which is our dad's mother.
And Nana's.
And our mother's mother.
I got both grandmas.
So I remember mommy's name was Eva Mae Julianne Delilah Bell Evans Brooks. And Nana was always Mary.
Mary Lee Turney.
Mary Lee Turney. Thanks for getting here, Ju.
Rice Turney. Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
I had your babies in. BJ and Nico earlier, and hence that's why I got the same shirt and hat on, y'all. But you know how we do it. We don't care. It's not the toys, it's the noise. And we're going to make some more noise here today. And they did such a great job, Ju.
I believe it. They better.
I know. I know.
No, I know they
That's
did.
Right. That's right. And we talked about their artistry. We talked about what's coming up for both of them. We talked about their production, their songwriting, and I'm so proud of them.
Yes. Yes.
They're grown men, Julie.
Grown men.
30 and 27. How does that make you feel?
Great. Especially in this day and age. To have a 30-year-old son, a 27-year-old son. You know, when some of our babies aren't getting to be 16.
That's right.
It's just, that in itself is a blessing.
It's a blessing.
It really, really is. So it feels good.
What are some of your fondest memories about watching them grow into their artistry?
Oh, they started it so young. Just the fondest memories were when they realized, oh, I can play the piano. Because they were self-taught. I mean, other than mentorship from, their Uncle Vic, other uncles, their Uncle Fred, their family. But when they picked up that guitar and they just started to play it, and then you saw them realize, I just played a song.
Right.
When they realized, I am an artist.
I'm an artist.
Or better said, there's a name for what I am, because they were always the strange kids, like all of their mama, like all of us were.
Right.
And then they realized, oh, I have a name for the group I'm in, and we're fabulous. Come on, that was the fond, and I just sit back and watch. Yeah, that's what you are.
Here they go, and you're right, because Nico, his Uncle Freddie McKnight, one of the most incredible guitar players that I know and have, And then, of course, like you said, they all grew up around, they had their Uncle Claude, Take Six, their daddy changed the game in the 90s, and, and then the whole side of songwriting they learned from myself and others and all. And the whole thing with their mama, who, Julie, you came out an artist. And didn't turn back. You couldn't help being an artist, So that was something that they would just pass to them, And they, like you said, I remember our boys would always think different. They'd be looking at the rainbows and beetle bugs when everybody else is,
Yep.
It was you growing up?
It was. I was definitely the one, just like my boys, that the best way to put it is, if it was raining in a thunderstorm, in that life perspective, we were the ones saying, oh, but that means a rainbow's coming.
You go.
This is beautiful, as opposed to, oh, I'm getting wet. There's mud on my feet. We were the ones looking up like, but we might get a rainbow. We might get a rainbow. And it'll be great. So we were skipping in it.
That's right.
But I mean, I never wanted to squash that. No, I didn't want to be the, don't step in puddles mother.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Dive in them.
Right.
This is what you do,
Right.
In everything in your life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Kids don't know there's nothing wrong with being, strange. People are strange. They are
That's
strange.
right.
Be that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and when they first heard that song, they were like,
yeah.
This is us.
This is us. I got you. Because I remember you played the music like in our house growing up, but you did it too with more, like you just mentioned, the Doors and Janice, and you brought that element into their ears. You can hear that in their creation.
Oh, you can hear it.
You can hear it.
You can hear it, just like you could hear in us.
That's right.
What we heard on Sunday mornings cleaning up.
In the house, that's right.
And in the cars traveling, we heard country. We heard rock. We heard, thank God for our parents. We heard everything.
That's right.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
World music, African music, salsa, flamenco, just everything. With Mandarin, we heard it all.
Mm-hmm.
So we just figured this is music.
This is music. Right. We really didn't have that. That's a good point, sis, because growing up, we didn't really know labels.
No, we didn't know this was R&B or this was this or this was soul or this was jazz.
Yeah.
It was just music.
That's right. That
was it.
We knew when we turned to the back of the Jet magazine and we had Jet's top 20, soul hits of the week,
what?
okay, well we knew, that's soul
now
genre.
This is soul now, okay.
But then when we got we were talking with BJ and Nico, and they were talking about remembering that when they would get in the car, they never knew what music was going to come on, but that you gave them the freedom. There's a CD box. That's when CDs was, doing our thing.
Yeah.
But even then with the cassette days, that was them, That
was and even when they wanted to start venturing out, I stayed receptive to their music. They introduced me. I was like, who is Keen?
Right.
I love them. You know what I mean? And they're, Mom, you're really gonna dig, this group here. Yeah, I was like, okay, I believe you. Who's this? I can't remember the one dude who redid the Michael Jackson song, rock group. Coheed and Cameron.
Coheed. Oh, right.
When Nico was going through, I was like, this is amazing stuff. So we kept it open, and you could hear so the house was full of. Again, like we grew up. Full of everything.
That's right.
And they would hit me to, that I still jam with now. And I said, okay, this is good. I've never known about that.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't know. When you're taking me back to when you mentioned about being the one to look at the flowers and the rainbows, but you started writing poetry. You are, but began a poetess. Now, did you start your poetry before your first song at church that day, or was it
4?
Poetry. You started
my
poetry
first one was
first.
4. I didn't know that's what I was doing.
Break that down.
I just knew that I would see something, and it was like you had to write it down. Mm-hmm. So the minute I was able to start reading and writing, and the first poem, Mom's Got It. I was 4 years old, and it was about what a 4-year-old writes about. Mm-hmm. But then it gradually progressed, and it just turned into the point where I knew I got it. You have to get it out.
Okay.
That was before singing.
It was just something creatively that was.
Yeah, I had to. Even now, if I sit here long enough and there's paper and pen, it's like you can't help it. You got to write it.
Wow.
You got to write something down, and get it out of you.
Right.
So, and that's why Mom and Dad, some of the original Mom's Got, it's on napkins from restaurants, or it's on the back of airplane gag bags,
right,
whatever.
Right.
But that was first. And, I didn't think it was going to be anything that turned into songwriting till you told me to. So you were like, those are lyrics.
That's right.
I was like, what?
Right.
What is that? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let's try to put it to this. You put it to that. And I was like, that's a song?
That's right, sis. You're right. You know what? Then that's crazy. A good point, because what you just said, you and I were learning our craft at the same time at different ages, because even though you are younger than me at the time, I was learning through Bernard Staten, much respect.
Yes.
Who, he was lead guitarist for Al Green during that time, and he was my guitar teacher.
Yeah.
So I'm learning the chords, and you were learning your lyrics.
Yeah, I did not know that's what it was.
And that made it all make sense, or lack of a better, it made sense.
Yeah.
When we finally collaborated on What Is Love.
Yep, that's right.
Remember? And I had my chords, and I said, all right, Julie, and you had some lyrics.
Yep.
And that was the first song we wrote together.
That's the truth. That's the truth. It's true.
What is love? Will it ever fill our hearts and change our minds?
And it was just like that.
And Julie, you wrote the lyric of that. Every little flower knows that without love it cannot grow.
Yeah.
But time keeps on spinning because of this thing called love.
That's it.
That's
what is love?
That's right. That's right. What is love? And why were we thinking that deep?
Yeah. Well, don't ask me, because I totally believe I've been here 52 times.
Right on.
And it's that's, speaking of my sons, we always tease Nico because we're like, he's the oldest of me. I honestly believe, I just really do. He came here, our old soul, into the household, and he's always been the steady. He's just more of the that one.
Okay.
And we always say, yeah, he's the baby, but I tell him, I said, no, Mookie, you're older than. Oh, I said his name.
That's it. Right.
You're older.
Mama gets
than,
a
you're
pass.
older than me.
Right.
Just his. And I know BJ would say that his wisdom and just him. But that, like, going back to what you said, how were we? It was there.
It was there.
Your soul comes with what it comes with.
There
and
you go.
It's up to us to just give it a voice.
That's right. Do you remember what Nina Simone told us after we played it after dinner?
Yeah, I do.
And
I got in trouble. She was like, "You're old enough to know about. You don't know anything about
That's
love."
Right.
She didn't know it at that time. Right. I just felt I was just so in love.
There you go.
At 15 and a half years old. But hey, who's to say?
Hey, who's to say? That's right.
Who's to say?
And to be able to get, and we don't really talk that much about, the mentors in our life, but we consider it, we've always considered to the day we go to the next path that it was a blessing, to be able to hear. Because I remember bringing Nina back into it, at that night, once she broke down what it was she was educating us about the song, she said, it's up to, and we talked about this with Nico and BJ in the last segment too, it's up to you. Or she gave us the education that you're artists, so what are you going to do with this
now
art?
What are you going to do with this?
It's up to us to do what we need to do for life, for people. For
people. It's not for us. It's what you're going to do for other people. And how you use that, because it is a spiritual groove where you are able to touch the heart of a person.
Wow.
The mind of a person. Your music or what you sing or what you write is able to mentally and spiritually and physically through emotion take a person back to a period in their life. That's some strong stuff.
That's right.
That's a big responsibility.
That's right.
So that keeps you in check. I mean, there's times I've had to go out on stage and I knew, okay, I just, cuss somebody out in my personal life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't take that energy here. So you do whatever you do. You pray, you meditate, you breathe, and my request is always, please don't let me take this in front. Take it off of me. You can give it back to me when I walk off, because that's your groove. But don't let me take that energy here, because I never forgot. It's our responsibility to watch what you're putting out, because most times they're coming to feel better, and you're going to be the one that's going to, your energy float even through a song that's a good one that makes them feel.
Yeah.
No, it's heavy. You got to be very clear with that.
What you're right. What we've been given as artists, it's a responsibility.
Yeah. It's not always easy.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's fun. Right. It's fun.
It's a good time.
But it is a responsibility.
It definitely is.
Because I forgot who said it. I think it was Marvin Gaye tune where he said, the artist paid. It was Marvin Gaye tune. The artist pays the price.
Yeah.
So we don't have to pay if we would only listen to what they have to say.
Ooh, that's the truth.
Marvin put that thing in there, man, and just that line
that's
alone.
The truth. That says it.
Because there's no, and it's not to diminish any other type of personality, soul, whatever. Everybody's got their journey, got their pain. But it's something about the pain that an artist feels.
Yeah.
And it's something about the joy that an artist feels.
It's the truth.
But in Marvin's context, as far as social issues, as far as things that are going on, we'll take that because it's our responsibility. We can't, like you just said, you can't help but write about something.
You can't help
it's up to us. We're going to end up writing about it,
We feel all of it. We're the quintessential empaths, artists are.
There you go.
And we can't help it.
Mm-hmm. Say that again. Quintessential empaths. Break down empaths.
Just that person, that we feel everything somebody feels.
Mm-hmm. There you go. That's it.
And that's the beautiful side
That's right.
Being that just you got sympathetic, empathy. We feel
it.
But you're when that empath spirit, but we take it from you. We pray that when you leave a show or after you've read a book, you've left everything with us.
There you go.
That's why a lot of times, you feel drained
there you go,
after
sis.
a show.
That's
You
right.
feel sad. I can walk in here and say you feel really. You've taken everything in from everyone else as you're putting out. You want to feed into everybody.
There you go.
And that's the. Then you go recharge and you do it all over again. Or you go and you write it out. You sing it out or you play it out or whatever you do because you got to get it out of you. So you can give it all back to them again. And take it all back and give it back. It's just what we do.
That was one of the most perfect descriptions, sis. It is what it is. That's exactly it.
That's what we do.
That's exactly it, sis. And I know I've had the pleasure to share the stage with you in Brazil and mainly in Brazil, but I know my sister, like when you say that, you give it. I'll never forget the show we did in Parity at the Parity Jazz Festival in Brazil.
That was good. They're all a good time.
Oh, man. Wayne Vaughn was with us. So, he's our music director for the Soul Preserves.
Soul
Dedicated to the preservation of soul,
yes,
right?
It is.
At least that was our name then. Who knows it next time. But Wayne was there with us. We had GB. Gerald Get Down Brown on bass with us there. Cedric out of Raleigh, North Carolina was there. But the energy that I remember, that specific song, Rock Steady, that you did, and the way that the crowd had that, the tears in the eyes, the release that
it's a release.
It was like, yes, this is the feeling I wanted to have today,
Yeah, exactly.
So I've experienced your artistry on stage firsthand. And as your big brother, I just want you to know how damn proud I've always been of you.
Thank you. I grew up watching you.
Hey man, we got a peanut butter and jelly this sandwich. Whatever's going, we gotta eat. You bring the peanut butter, I'll bring the jelly.
It's true.
And
I paid attention when I was little. I was watching.
I know, sis. I know. Me and Cliff were talking about this, Clifton Davis, and he was like, "Boy, that Julie, she said ever since she was little, because you did the Whiz in high school."
Yeah, I'm going to meet my Whiz cast tonight.
Oh,
yep.
Wow.
I haven't seen them. You know what?
Yep.
Since then, I think.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
When you did the Whiz in high school, I remember Cliff took you to class on theater.
Yes.
For a while, didn't he?
He did.
What did you remember? What advice he was giving you on that?
Well, even with that, he because that's why I love him, because he made it. Yeah, you can sing. You got a nice. You've never used it this much and this long. So he taught me how to take care of it. Mm-hmm. He taught me how to rest it, how to do all of that. But his biggest thing was there's 2 songs in The Wiz. Mm-hmm. You know, one is, of course, Home. Everybody waits for Home.
Right.
But the one that he told me to pay attention to was Be a Lion.
Okay.
He said, because that one, number one, is a song where she's there for her friend. She's going through what she's going through, but she's encouraging that friend to do, you know, I didn't realize then he was teaching me, this is what you do in your life. He said, now that was the good part. The second one was, that one is a simple lyric where you are going to be able to just perform that song.
Okay.
And pay attention to each word. It's the production isn't huge like Home, and but it's a song that makes you pay attention, which means you are going to need to pay attention to every word you're singing. And I remembered that.
Wow.
And I think of it with whatever I'm going to perform. It has to. That's why I've always loved, you know, songs that you have to interpret it, and you have to tell a story, because you want to talk to who you're talking to.
Right, it's true. It's true.
You know, and that I remember. So Home, we did Home, but the trip was, by Home I was hoarse because I didn't do some of the stuff he told me to do. By show 3,
right?
But that Be a Lion, I just always remembered to.
Fantastic.
You know, it carried through till now. Pay attention to what you're saying saying in song and mean it. If you can't sing something you don't mean, you don't need to sing it.
There you go. The power of simplicity.
That's it.
And the power of interpretation.
Those were his lessons to me. Yeah.
And you know what? That's true, because we were talking earlier about how, me personally, I may not like a song.
Yeah.
Or this piece of art or music doesn't speak to me. It
Yeah.
doesn't give me from this artist or who or whatever. But just because I don't like the tune doesn't mean that I'm going to ever disrespect another artist.
No, absolutely
right?
not. Yes.
I may really just, and this is just from an artist to an artist or whatever, that like some of the new hip hop that's coming up, I may not dig it, but I'm going to respect you as an artist,
I'm
to do what
you.
you feel you are born to do and say.
That's it.
You know, because at least you have the guts to say what you want to say, what you want to present. You know.
Yes, and I truly believe that if I knew what some of them were saying, I might really dig it. But I just don't.
I got you. Right.
But I'm there for you, young people.
Right. And and I'm like,
I try to find something in it that I can pull out and say, keep doing it. But it's your groove.
That's right. It's,
you know,
and I'm not going to just box out hip hop.
No,
I'm going to. There's
all of it.
New artistry. Period.
Yes.
Because in my generation, before us, they were like Ohio players.
Exactly.
What y'all listening to upstairs?
Oh,
you know what they saying
with punk rock.
There you go.
My
right.
parents were like, "What are?" She's going directly to
hell.
Have you seen her lately?
You did have your golf moment, Jude.
Oh, I went straight, got, and loved it. But that's what I was feeling at the time.
That's what you were feeling
I could relate to that.
That's right.
That was it. That was it.
All about expression, isn't it?
And Mom and Dad let me do it.
Oh,
the Mohawk was a little much, but they let me do it.
They let you do it.
And I filtered through that phase, and that got me out, and that was it. That was it.
Because that's a good point, too. The freedom of expression that we were allowed to have in the house, especially being born under 2 artists.
Yeah.
Dad's an artist, and our mother is godmother artist, of artists, right?
It's the truth.
And the fact when they started seeing our artistry of this is who we are, this is what we're feeling. I remember, Dad when he first became a pastor, and we first all became PKs, Dad would pick us up from the church school.
Yep.
With the 8-track in, and he'd have his stylistics going.
He sure would.
He'd have his, Shaka Khan going,
Yep.
if that's the mood he was in.
Yep.
But then sometimes he'd have his Sammy going, or sometimes he'd have his Tony Bennett going.
Yep.
Tony Bennett.
Yeah.
So it was not always gospel Christian cool. If it wasn't for the gospel foundation that we had, that that's there is huge in us.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Just as huge as the classicals that Uncle Charlie had us. He introduced us to Mendelssohn and introduced us to the works of Chopin and that.
Yep.
So we were able to, and then Aunt Elner, with her originality of gospel coming down straight from Mahalia Jackson and to Mom, to you. And to the artists that we are, I think that is invaluable.
Absolutely.
Of the freedom Mom and Dad did not judge us on.
Totally give them that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Totally give them that.
You're on the road how often a year? You are gone. Are you on your third passport by now?
I am. And I've gotten lucky enough to be able to keep them because I told my boys, I said, no, y'all are going to match these passports.
That's right.
You watch.
That's right.
That's my challenge to them. But I would say, it's easier for me to look at it within months. I'm gone pretty much. I'm home maybe a weekend a month.
Wow.
This is the longest, and this feels like the best vacation.
Okay, right on.
Because this is the first time I've been able to be home from almost a month.
Mm-hmm.
And prior to that, I had been gone for 2.5 months.
Okay.
Yeah, so this feels great.
Now you're just getting back from where?
From UK.
From UK.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We did a run there, and at the end of the month, we're back there. I'll see you soon, Liverpool and Manchester.
Come on, boy. Liverpool and Manchester.
Oh, you want a party, man.
Yeah.
So I needed this rest to go and party with my UK
Talking
family.
about charging your battery up, right?
But you better be ready.
Now tell me, Julie, let's talk about your beginning of, now do you like the term house diva? Do you like that term? Because some people don't, but I know that's what the press gives you a lot.
Well, the funny thing is they give you diva, but I have suddenly become auntie.
Okay.
Which I love.
Right on.
So, because a lot of folks, since it's been BJ's 30, 25 years, it's become, these people have grown up. Their moms and dads started with me. Now their babies are coming to the shows. So it's like they know me. They feel like, that's our girl that's coming back.
I got you.
So now it's become more, you've made friends. I'll look out in the audience and, oh my God, what are you doing? How are you? I've seen them pregnant, and now I've seen their 16-year-old. So it's become a family. I respect the term diva for what it means when someone, the good side. But, and those who say, that's what I am. But I love when I hear auntie. That I first heard when I went to South Africa, that everything was auntie.
Wow. Right on.
And that was family. And now wherever
and that's from other artists.
Yeah, that's other artists. That's from the house family.
Fantastic.
It's just, and I like that they feel like that can be it because they know they can come up and they can hug me. They know that they can come up and talk to me about drive security bananas. But you can look out and you can see some festivals. I can't get to them because I love to touch people. But you can see who's dealing with something, and you can see that person, and something draws you to look at this person or that person, and somebody will shift their eyes away and they don't want to look at you, and you think that's the one I need to get to after this show.
You can feel it. That's right.
Oh yeah, and I find my way to them, and the stories. This song means this to me because it was my brother's favorite, and he just died, or it was my uncle. Or it's our wedding song or our baby song or our, and you think, man, it's so not about you to get up. Are my eyelashes right? My makeup and what are my shoes? No, man, this is these people need to see you to know. Okay, she feels something. from me. That's why we go to concerts. You know, we would like to think you are singing that for me.
For me. That's right.
And they are.
Because your catalog of music, Julie, you have anthems. Every release that you've released from your Finally, which is considered the anthem of anthems in your catalog, I could very well see and understand that people have identified all over the world, identified with these tunes. When you hear the lyrics of Home and Diamond Life and, everything that you put out.
The new one's still here.
Yeah, the new one's still here? That's the name of the tune, Still Here?
The new one, This Feeling.
This Feeling. Give it to me again. That's it. Yeah.
That was my little sneak.
Yeah, you could. Hey.
But those are following suit. They really are, yeah.
And how does that make you feel when you have you sit back in your quiet time? That's why I brought up the whole anthem thing.
Yeah.
And when you have your time to reflect and look back and you read the list, what goes through your mind?
I just feel blessed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever feel like, oh, look at this, it's just fabulous.
Right.
I constantly feel like they're always brand new because the youngins are finding them and they're constantly. I love hearing the remixes that the young folks are doing on them. They're bringing them out the vaults.
Wow.
And they're turning it. They're just brand new songs,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of them are kids that were real. They're in their early 20s, which meant when this song came out, we just goes back to what we were just saying with our parents. I've had kids saying, well, my mom played this song all day long.
Fantastic.
Or my parents used to dance to it. We were a little kid and we heard this song, and now they're like, I want to be a DJ. I want to do this. Can I send you this? I just did a remix. Of course you can send me that and let me. Yeah. And you support every one of them. That's what I think when I sit back and I'm like,
that's right.
Being able to thanking Kings of Tomorrow with Jason Ciali and Sandy Rivera and Louis Vega and David Morales, all that crew helped to create.
That's right.
A great foundation for good. I was blessed enough to sing it.
There you go. I got you, sis.
That's what I said. And now I get to, now it feels good to be able. I said, y'all will be rolling me out here.
There you go.
If y'all want to hear this song again, no problem. I'm coming.
That's right.
Prop me up. Turn the lights down and prop me up, and I'll be there.
And you know what? You brought up a good point. The level of incredible producers, songwriters, DJs that out the box, starting with one of the godfathers of house dance, Jason Ciali, Jay Sinister,
Sinister
from Kings of Tomorrow. I mean, just his record alone, even before Finally, and then him bringing you to that track was, that was like you were boom. This is my crew. This is it.
And wasn't planning to. I was demoing Finally. Not to be mistaken for my Cece, my sister Cece Pennington's Finally. The two of us always laugh. She's like, girl, sometimes I wish. I'm like, sometimes I wish.
She's so fantastic.
We can trade if we want to sometimes. Oh,
right.
It's a sisterhood with, that.
I want to get into that a little later. I definitely want to know that.
That was a demo.
Yeah.
And they said, we got a song with basement in Jersey with pizza and beer. And they were like, well, cousin, you mind singing? No problem. And they sent it in and they were like, well, whoever's doing it, this is what we want. So that, when folks don't realize when they heard that one, it initially was a rough that we went in and did.
Look at that.
And Jay was like, I'm sorry, but you're getting ready to sing this.
We're going to put this out.
Okay, no problem.
Let's do it, right?
And here we are during festival season.
And that was what I remember the year that Billboard magazine gave you.
Yeah, that was
your christening of House Dance Diva of that year.
Yeah.
Was it Billboard or Rolling Stone? It's Billboard.
Billboard. Mm-hmm.
How did that feel, sis? What went through your mind at that time?
Even then, I thought, this is so not what I thought I would do. I'm supposed to be on Broadway right now.
Okay.
But
right.
Then I thought, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it never ever hits me like, oh, okay, well then this means I'm getting ready to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Or this means, oh, suddenly the phone's going to blow up and I'm going to do this and I'm going to be huge and that's going to be the end of everything I know in my life right now. No, I just like, this is great.
Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That, I mean, it was just a good, I was like, wow.
Right.
That, the people dig it.
They dig it because the people, they know. They can feel it, So, J.C. Alley, and then from Jason, Little Louis Vega. My goodness. That's another OG godfather of it all,
But yes, yeah.
So, what was that like? You remember the first time you met him? Do you remember what did y'all meet on a project first, or was it?
No, we actually the first time we met, he had already he did a remix of Diamond Life.
Wow.
And we met. Initially, I had my first face-to-face with him. You and I at the music conference in Miami.
That was the first time.
That was the first time we were face-to-face.
Wow, I remember that.
Roy
Ayers was on that. James Ingram was in
Ingram.
there. Yeah.
Now that I was like, you want me to sing where? In front of who? You were like, yes, and you will be fine. But that was the first. But after that, it's just been family. Ever since.
Because you all working on have you worked on you and Vega are doing a new thing?
He and I he and David Morales, for the first time, did an entire project, constructed it all together with each of their sides of the team. Their musicians, their background singers, they brought all of them together.
Okay.
And the track is still here. That's the newest one. And it's such a Survivor track. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it, So written by Josh Milan. He's an amazing brother out of New York. It's written for everybody and everything. And they hit me, oh, would you mind? I was like, would I mind coming to do what?
I know the background singers on that track.
They worked with.
Are they out of New York or where are they from?
They're out of everywhere. But you throw a stone at the greats and they've
been there.
I mean, from Whitney to Michael to Luther to the Stones.
Wow.
But they knew not to tell me that.
I got you.
Because when I walked in, I said, what is, wait a minute.
Right.
And they're like, girl, you better sit down and go again. You want a ricotta?
In other words, let's go do what we do here.
And then go get some Chinese food,
And all of those, and I remember now David Guetta, that experience, that recording.
Yeah, that was deep. Now I've never met.
Okay.
But we talked. That was one of those, I'm going to fly
What was the track that you did with them?
How Soon Is Now.
How Soon Is Now, right.
On, the F.U. I'm Famous one.
Okay.
And I had a ball with that. Oh. That was a ball, too.
Yeah.
And Eat Bombs, Bombs Over Capitals, that was a good one with Engrossi. That's when it was moving more into the EDM. And they wanted to kind of fuse a house track and an EDM track, so it wasn't just hooks, and they wanted a song. So when we did How Soon Is Now, I had fun with that one because it's a heavy, big room song, but it's got that house. It's a full song.
See,
and that was with David Guetta too.
You can tell an OG, and those that know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You can tell an OG when they know when things changed.
Yeah.
When the game changed, and you were part of that change or just around at that change. That's OG status.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
And you remember when
EDM took it, we were like, uh-oh. Here it comes.
Yeah. Now, for those of us who really don't understand, what was the change? Like, what
it was literally what it's called. It turned into electronic dance music, where it was heavily DJ driven, and it scared a lot of the crew that knew the disco scene and the house scene. They needed us, the singers, but they really didn't. Okay, yeah, come and do this one loop, and we'll just loop it, but the stage is ours. You want some divas. But
so the DJs became more of a diva of what everybody else was
doing. And they really didn't need you. But then, I thank God for, you had the genius of a Simon Dunmore with Defected Records out of UK.
Gotcha.
He was like, no, we do need these singers. People do still want to see a show.
I got you.
And so he started to shift it and do more festivals where he's bringing the artist back. No, the DJ can play it, but somebody did sing this. And once that started to happen again, the feeling started to feel. And now let us not forget the Chosen Few out of Chicago, which is where House started. Their festivals are bananas.
Now, Chosen Few, tell me what's Chosen?
They're a group of DJs out of Chicago. Terry Hunter's one of the heads. And they said, no, we're bringing our music back.
Gotcha.
And we're going to bring it, and we're going to make sure that our singers are heard, and people want to see a show. Now you can't. We all went to party with the DJ. We're talking about disco era, but there was always somebody that you had somebody at your Sylvester's or somebody where you're going to get a live performance.
Right.
But when the electronic dance music came through, no, not straight DJs. They were packing arenas.
They were and are. That's right.
But we're coming for you.
Come on now.
We're coming for you.
Because your audience base is still there. I mean, and it's like, then they've never gone anywhere. No. And one thing that I have always respected about the house dance community, hey man, they are a loyal, beautiful community.
I will honestly say that I got a spanking from a lot of them when I did the EDM records.
Really?
Yeah,
what do you mean?
that you talking about. Well, they were like, okay. Almost like so you're gonna go with this now. I said, y'all don't have to worry about this ever again. This was my last one,
right
David
on.
Guetta.
I got you. I got you. Right.
And I haven't done another one.
Much respect, because you're.
No,
one thing about
I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't realize this was.
I didn't know.
No, they were heated.
What did the community say? You better ask somebody.
They said, you better just, okay. She went like it was the let her go. Okay. Yeah. Don't hear that one much, do you?
Right.
Like, okay, I'm back.
Right. Got you.
I never left you.
Never left you. The heart, is still there.
Never left you, but it matters.
So are you writing now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got Still Here, like I said, which was done with Louis and David. And then Roger Sanchez and I did This Feeling. I wrote that one.
This Feeling, yes. I love that track.
You want some happy feel-goodness in your
man.
life.
Oh.
Still Here will push you through. I'm going to make it. I am a survivor.
That's right.
Living through my fears. But still, this feeling, it's just you're floating all the way through it.
That's the vibe I get when I put it on.
It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
And it's got, you can't help but dance. That's that Roger said he did with that. It just, so that's a feel good one. But yeah, that one I wrote, and I can't help but write.
And then when you have so many things going in my head right now, because I know how deep your artistry runs, and more than performer, songwriter, singer. That's when it comes out. Why do you think? And I ask other performers and artists this too, but why do you think we don't hear more than what we hear on radio right now on standard, but now because the nephews and we were talking about that earlier, that you can get internet radio, you can get more freedom radio, but on that machine list.
Well that's why, because it's a machine. It's just, and it is not geared. Well, number one, the industry is totally not the same. I know at this point, who cares?
There you go.
They are not artist driven anymore. It's not about let's go find the next great singer,
right?
Or let's go find that next great songwriter or musician. No, it's let's find somebody who we can pay the least amount of pre-production money to. Can you record this in your house? Perfect. You got somebody that can halfway sing it? Better. And then send us what you got. But make sure it sounds just like what you just heard and what you're getting ready to hear.
Cookie
we don't want anything different. That's why we won't hear anything different. And we're not asking for anything different because we don't really have to listen to radio anymore.
There you go.
We really don't have to, which is sad for radio.
Yeah,
it's sad for D, because that's what drives you home. Used to take you home in the morning.
That's
you wanted
right.
a good
That's
DJ
right.
in the
That's
morning.
right.
That you wanted one that rolled you through your rush hour, but then you think and they play them. I just heard that song 4 songs ago.
Right.
Or is it the same song? Is that the same? Or is that
I
something?
that's the other side of it.
You
That's
don't
right.
know. I
You
don't
never
know. Is she the same one who sang that, or is he the same one? It's just it has changed.
It's changed. Like cats like I have so much respect for artists like CeeLo.
Yeah.
CeeLo, not only did he come from, his hip hop, originality, but he kept his independent thinking throughout his journey. And the reason I brought him up is because when you were talking just now, he was one of the last, when we were talking about radio, that I can remember with my old head of hearing and saying,
who is that?
I dig this.
Yes.
Instantly, okay, this is something I can get with here.
Yes.
Because it's that feeling, it's that thump of life that, you just know, the people know, and they're going to feel it, man.
He snuck us recently. He and Big Boy came right
sure
there
did.
out, and
you mean in the show?
No, with the new
right,
track.
right. With the
and
new
your
track,
ears just say,
yeah.
What is this?
That's right.
It just makes you do that.
That's
if the industry was smart, they would say, what perks you up?
There you
what
go.
perks that person up? What makes them say, wow, that's different? That's what they used to look for.
That's
right. But now it's like...
Yeah. It makes you say almost kind of like, what's really going on?
What's really going on?
But like you said, too, it's almost like, what's really going on? But after a while,
who
whatever
cares?
y'all doing,
I can find
right.
I can find some good music. And sadly, it's still more progressive everywhere else in the world.
Thank you.
Than at home. It just is. I'm sorry, at home, but it just is, and it makes me sad.
Right.
Because I do mentor kids and I'm like, you are young kids that do jazz, are young kids that are doing metal, are young kids that are doing straight rock, classical. They're not being seen, or we've got. I mean, just in rock, my North Carolina crew alone. You'll never know that we've got the largest teenage jazz ensemble who travels all over the world.
In Raleigh.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Look at that.
Raleigh, North
Right
up
from High Point.
Yep.
John Coltrane territory.
Yes, it is.
That's right.
These kids are bananas.
Fantastic.
And you just...
What are the age? Like, what's the age group of
They're
that?
Junior high through high school.
What?
Yep.
What?
Yep, we're number 3 right now in the country.
Wow. Go ahead.
Yeah, so our kids are doing, and then, I hop over. We've got an amazing, it's a teenage group that's straight reggae.
Look at that.
Mixed band, of my brown and vanilla and red brothers that are just doing their whole, and we're like, look at these kids.
Yeah.
who have studied.
See, that gives me chills right there, because I'm all about it's out. And I cringe sometimes when I hear just people make that blanket statement that true artistry's dead. No, it's not.
No, it is
Real
not.
music's gone. No, it's
No,
not.
it's not. It
You
really
know, true songwriting. No, it's not. You
it's
just
here.
ain't seeing
You
and
can't-
hearing
You
them
don't get to see it or
like
hear
we
it.
deserve to be able to see and hear.
That's why I totally support my indie artists.
Exactly.
Totally support my small venues. You want to hear some good music.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to Poorhouse at home,
Okay.
Lincoln Theater at home. Oh, I mean, it's just crazy great artists. Pay $5, you go in and just look. Who are these people?
Yeah, yeah. And especially when they break out their original stuff at the same time.
It's
you know,
crazy.
So all of you independent artists out there, because I'm an independent artist now. We are independent artists, you know.
We are.
Keep that independency alive. Be proud of it. Hold on to it. Let it grow. Let it simmer. Let it build. Because without, I look at independent artistry as the final.
We're it.
Not final. I don't want to say it's almost too final. It's like it's what we need right now.
Yeah.
It's what we have to have right now, because without the independent artist, there is nothing left of true artist creativity. You dig?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
like
just true.
After that, it'll be telling you what to write, telling you what to do. And I'm all about a music revolution. I mean, I'm all about
absolutely.
it. You know, and I support it. I respect it, you know. So what you're saying, Ju, that independent artistry, oh my God, you just hit a note, as you can see.
Yeah, we have to
that
do
just
it.
went with me there.
But the beauty of it is we can't help it.
We can't help it. Can't help it at all.
We can't help it.
We're
here.
I got my 5 minutes from Magic Mike over there.
Because Mike's like,
because he
we'll
said they
all look
own
up.
a whole thing.
It'll be tomorrow.
You know, but I mean, Julie, you know, we can go on with this because it's deep to us.
Yeah.
You know, we were born with this, and
yep. But that's one of the reasons why house touches me. It does. Why it just. It's artists. It's singers. It's dancers. It's musicians.
Right.
It's a. Your house head. It's a house family.
That's right.
Every genre. So
So real quick before we leave, I know we are in the middle. I have to brag on it because I'm so proud of it. We're in the middle of your new project.
Yeah.
And give me the because it's not house dance, but that just shows the beauty of the artistry, like we were just talking about. Give me from your vibe and what's getting ready to happen, from the coffee book table to everything.
Yeah. Right now we're finishing up an entire project where there'll be. It's a coffee, like you said, a coffee table book in conjunction with, I still say, album, where each song correlates to different stories and phases in my life, from, you know, being an industry wife and all you deal with that, being a single mom. It won't be one of those, girl, you know, we all went through. No, it's for men, it's for women, it's for young kids, but it's definitely for artists. I couldn't help but do what I'm doing. And those songs will all go through, and you just want to put it on and feel good, but it's just a ride. There's no heartbreak.
Right on.
There's no he done me wrong. Please help me, Jesus. I can't eat. No, it's not. It just will make you feel good.
That's right. That's right.
So that's coming.
Right on. And
it's coming.
I'm so glad to be a part. I'm proud to be a part of that as one of your producers and co-writers. And we about to
just feels good. You're gonna feel good.
Make everybody feel good.
That's what I'm here for right now.
That's right. Thank you so much, Ju.
And the boys are on the project.
Oh,
let me say.
That's right.
Yeah.
BJ, Nico, we got Wayne Vaughn. And,
very acoustic type group. It just feels good.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, thank you, sis.
Thank you for having me.
I love you. I'm proud of you.
I love you too.
You know, we're going to do this again. I want to do this again as we go through the project to bring more, keep the folk updated.
It's happening.
You know, how it is. Thank you,
Thank
Brother
you,
Mike.
Mike.